Welcome back. It is Tuesday, March 29th, and the vast majority of Gonzaga fans expected the Zags to still be in action. They are not. And the future of this team, well, it's a work in progress. Last year, going into the offseason, things felt much more stable with, well, a healthy stable of 5 stars coming in. Not the case this time around, especially after Anthony Black spurned the Bulldogs yesterday for this same team, Arkansas, that knocked the Bulldogs out of the NCAA tournament. Today, we are taking a look at the state of the Zags as the makeup of next year's roster is in flux. So let's start with the starters and how I think this will all shake out. Want to make this clear that I don't have any inside info, just putting what I think will happen out there. Andrew Nembhard and Rasir Bolton leave. I think they both have accomplished what they want to at the collegiate level, and there isn't a huge amount of NIL money for either of them. Plus, there are many Gonzaga guards in the wings. Them staying would result in some serious transfers. Chet Holmgren also leaves. He's a top 3 draft pick. Anyone thinking that he'd mole staying? Just no, get that idea out of your brain. Julian Strother stays. Yes, he's on some draft boards, but he could make a Corey Kispert-like jump into the lottery next season. He will make himself more money long-term staying, and he'll make more NIL money next year, too. That leaves one other player, and the biggest one, Drew Timme. I think he stays. Here's why. Timme, time and again this year, talked about the Zag way to do things. To put it mildly, how Gonzaga's tournament run shook out this year doesn't fit in Timme's definition. The way Drew looked right here at the court after the Zags lost to Arkansas looked like a man wholly unsatisfied and even more determined, at least to me. He came to college to win a championship. I just don't see Drew going out like that. Yes, of course, the money is another reason. It's been wildly reported that Timme makes over 6 figures in NIL deals. That's only going to go up after this tournament run. He could very realistically make more money staying at Gonzaga instead of going pro. And that pesky pro situation. Timme's game just doesn't mesh with the NBA currently. Yes, his 3-point shooting improved this year, but it still needs more work. He only made 8 on the season and only took 28. He needs that shot to have a realistic chance at being drafted. So now let's look at the bigs group, presuming Timme stays. That leaves us with Anton Watson, Caden Perry, Ben Gregg, and incoming recruit Braden Huff. It's a good group of bigs, but I very much expect the Zags to snag an enforcer type out of the portal, someone who can block and defend shots, and is just a bigger body in the lane. I do think Caden Perry will be that at some point with the Zags, but he needs a year of solid play, and his back issues, which are a concern after a year straight of them for the freshman, robbed him of that experience this season. Now let's look at the guards. Yes, Anthony Black committing to Arkansas yesterday was a blow, but when you look at this guard group, there are a lot of really talented guys waiting their turn. The whole plan when the Zags recruited Nolan Hickman was for him to take over as point guard for next season after a year under Nembhard. I definitely see that happening. Hunter Salas, of course, is another 5-star guard who will see increased playing time as long as Bolton leaves. There's also Dominic Harris, who has sparingly played for the Zags over the last 2 years due to being injured this past season and backing up players like Joel Ayayi and Andrew Nembhard the year before. We've already touched on Strother, and I don't think we need to dive any deeper into him. There are some obvious questions with this group, though. For example, who will back up Hickman at the point? Harris could do it most likely, but his natural position is shooting guard. There's also the question of 3-point shooting. Strother proved to be formidable on that front this season, despite his 1 of 14 performance during the NCAA tournament. The Zags will need more than just Strother, though. Harris, once again, could help in that department. Time will tell. I could definitely see the Zags going out and trying to pick up a point guard who can shoot the 3 in the portal. However, that could also cause one or more of the kids in this group to transfer. This group is more of a balancing act than the bigs in my eyes. So let's end with this. There are people out there saying that the window is closed for GU. I simply don't believe that. Markview is 59. He has at least another 10 years in him. This program has been operating at the level of a Duke or a North Carolina for the last 5 years. I bring that up intentionally. Look at an NCAA tournament bracket last year and tell me where those teams lost in the tournament. That's right. You aren't going to be able to find them because neither of them even made it. Now, look where they are. The window now is just open to possibilities. It's not closed. Let's see what Few and company do with it.